Welcome to the first ever episode of Recall and FraudCast. Today we're going to be tackling the issue of fake iPhones. And if this is news to you, go on eBay. You can buy a fake iPhone. You can buy a fake iPhone box. But what's the purpose of this? David, jump into that.
Yeah, so ever since iPhones have been invented and coming out, they've been premium devices. They're very expensive, and you can buy them online. So what people like to do is they will buy them online. They'll get this authentic iPhone box, authentic iPhone in it. They'll take out their real iPhone, and they'll put in the model you'd find at Target or Walmart. It's just a case with metal in it. Place it in there, and say, "Hey, can I have my $1,000 back?"
So, to capture that, people are taking the fake iPhones, returning those while keeping their real iPhones. So the $1,000 they just spent, they get to put back in their pocket to potentially buy another iPhone or buy whatever they want with that now. And the retailer is none the wiser, correct?
Yeah, unless they actually take the time to open the iPhone box, look in there, and test it to be sure, then they wouldn't even know, right? So we have two here with us. One, like I just showed, is this one that is much more obvious fake, but it weighs the right amount because it's designed for you to pick up at one of these stores and get a feel for what an authentic iPhone would feel like. But a fraudster would take that and be able to return it. And it's important that it weighs the right amount because when the box arrives back at the e-commerce warehouse, they're going to weigh it.
They're going to weigh, and by weighing it, they'll know, oh, it's a real iPhone because it weighs the same.
They think it is at least.
Oh, okay. So with these being purchased, they're just looking at weight. So are there situations where people return it and it's not even an iPhone, it's just the correct weight?
Yeah, it could be a brick, could be, this is, it's a piece of steel that's in there that just weighs the right amount.
So let's look at the big numbers. The National Retail Federation said in 2020 there were $7 billion worth of fraudulent returns. This not only looks at damaging financials of any company, but also reputation. How are we seeing that affect companies, David?
I mean, if you look back to early days of e-commerce, remember when eBay came out, we were all really excited about get online, buying things from people, auctioning off. Yeah. And what started coming about is you would get something and it wouldn't be what you wanted, right? So trust in a brand is critical. And back then that allowed other e-commerce sites to step in and you can see this kind of thing happening in various places, and not even just on e-commerce. There's stores that when you go in and you return, a fashion handbag to a place, they're going to say, "Oh, thank you. Sorry you didn't like it," and they're going to put it back on their shelf. You walk in to buy one for your wife the next day, and they give you a fake bag. So if that ever comes full circle, now you're never going to buy from them again. And so we have the same kind of thing happening on a mass scale on some of these e-commerce sites, where the trust is starting to erode. So being able to manage these returns, authenticate items as they're going through the process is really critical to brand recognition.
So what we look at doing here with the X-ray solution is really bringing that option to them, to give them that solution, to have something there as a system built in that lets them see inside and out and know that each product is what it was as it went out the door and what it was as it came back through the door.
Yeah, and the beauty with the X-ray is you can see the phone in the box, in the packaging, and say, yes, that's authentic or not. So when it's coming down the line, there's going to be a barcode scanner, as there always are in these shipping places, and it says, hey, it's return number whatever, checks the database, that's supposed to be an iPhone 13 Pro. Comes in, and the X-ray image says, yep, that looks like one. Or no, and they don't have to do anything extra. It just has to go through one little minor step. It doesn't take any extra people, doesn't have any extra real costs to adding that into the line, and they're able to catch a lot of fraud.
That's why we look at X-ray solutions. That's why we look at those automated AI inspections that can really give you faith that you have the exact product that was sent out and returned. This is definitely something that we see X-ray as a solution to. We've worked with it, we've done it, we know it is a solution to issues like these. So thank you for joining us on our first Recall and FraudCast. We look forward to the next ones where we continue to dive more into details of just all the issues that we see X-ray as a solution to.